I'm volume 10. My wife, Tamako, is behind the camera, I guess. And so we're gonna start recording some stuff, put it out there visually, you know, and we're gonna do the best job that we can. You want me to hold this for you?
No, I'm recording you.
Oh, yeah? How about if I put it right here or something, then you wouldn't have to hold it? I don't know. Hold on, give me a minute. Trying to be nice to my wife, and it's not working. I don't know. You think that'll record?
It's recording. Yeah, I like the music
You think you can
selection.
hear me? Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What about this right here? What do you think? Oh! How about putting it right up in here?
Cool.
Yeah.
What's up, y'all? We still tuning in.
All right.
This is the Volume 10 Zone. And Tommy Cole.
So, first thing I want to say is that we are dropping an album sometime next month. I'm going to say probably the end of the month.
That's June.
Okay. Are you
I'm
asking me?
saying-
You telling me?
Because the end of the month is...
The end of June, we will probably drop this. I got a couple of songs that I want to play today, probably. If this thing stops spinning around. And the name of the album of this album will be The Brain Damage of Akhenaten. How would you pronounce that? Is it Akhenaten or Akhenaten?
Some people say Akhenaten, some say Akhenaten. Akhenaten.
Akhenaten.
Akhenaten. You know, that's
Yeah, I ain't
it.
heard that
Akhenaten. Akhenaten.
I'm going to say Akhenaten.
Because they didn't have any vowels, so you can put A, E, I, or U in any of those slots.
So, what song would you like to hear? We're going to, let me play a couple clips or something. What do you want to play?
Oh my gosh.
Here's my Ratchet Vogue song.
Vogue's is bomb.
It's a Ratchet Vogue song. Yeah. What are you doing? Why do you have to do that? Why do you have to jump around like that? I'm just asking a question.
I'm recording, just so you know, because it's going to go through iMovie since you're asking. This is just an audio recording.
I don't think the internet is being very helpful right now. There it is.
Volume 10.
Gotta get some bugs in my kid, house in my kid, wifey and shit. Yo, hand up ears, bitch, gotta get some bugs in my kid.
Oh, what happened? All right, let's talk about something, babe. What do you want to talk about? This music is not really working. I told you the internet is acting funny right now.
Well, I mean, I know I'm not trying to get super political because it's a waste of time, but there's a lot of music political crap going on. Oh, okay.
Okay, go ahead. Let's just talk over the music.
What's the name of the song?
This is Click Clap.
Oh, it's
Click,
called
clack.
Click Clack.
Sign beat out on my ride. Down the alleyway, struck on the noggin, man. No same motherfuckers on my guy. As I roll.
First of all, I want to say something about me not chopping. You know, I started chopping because I moved. I went to the Good Life. You know what I mean? And you had Freestyle Fellowship there, who, you know, and if you didn't chop, you know, it was almost like you were whack. You know what I mean? So the chopping came from that. But, you know, I realized that in trying to relay a message, it's not always necessary to chop. It kind of clutters the information. And, you know, a lot of guys do that on purpose. They clutter the information because, you know, they want to talk over people, basically. And, you know, they want to subliminal, you know, send subliminal messages for whatever reason. And, you know, in my experience, when I want to relay a message and I want you to hear it completely, I don't want to clutter it. So in my older years, especially, not that I can't chop, because I still chop and I still do songs that chop, I will decide that this is a song that I'm not going to do very much chopping in. And, you know, it makes hardcore Good Life and Project Blow guys a little anxious. But there are guys out there that don't necessarily chop. You know, A-Wall 1 is one of the guys that come to mind. I rarely hear him chop, if ever.
Wait a minute. What about on that song, Murderous? You don't say what you were doing was chopping?
I was chopping on Murders,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So there's a new song I got out with the Cloaks and Origin called Murderous, is that it? And I'm chopping on there, and I mean, all I'm saying is, listen, don't get upset when you hear songs that I'm not chopping on the song. You know, my first album, I had a few songs that didn't have anything to do with chopping. So, you know, stick with me even if you don't hear me chopping through the whole album. You know, I'm actually a stretcher. I'm actually a drunken styler who
Wait a minute.
was influenced by the chop.
What the heck is a stretcher? What is that?
What's
the difference between that and chopping?
So chopping is, you know,
You sound like
it's
a
really
trumpet.
fast.
Like in words.
That's chopping.
Okay.
Stretching is so basically, if our voices are instruments, Micah 9 would be trumpet, and I would be a saxophone, probably. You know what I mean?
Okay. Alto sax.
You know. Yeah, so there you go. What else?
Oh.
So
wait
yeah,
a
the
minute.
album.
Okay, yeah. What inspired the term brain damage? Why are you calling it brain damage?
Brain Damage of Akhenaten. Well, let me tell you something. One album is it's a A-B album. So one side is Brain Damage and the other side is Akhenaten.
Dope.
And it's an A and B album, so I'm gonna release one and then I'm gonna release the other.
Dope.
3 months or so down the line.
Awesome.
So the concept, you know, life is my concept. You know what I mean? You know, we all write stories of fiction. And see, I get upset when people act like we can't write in fiction as rappers. I don't understand why not. Why not?
I mean, isn't that what Ice-T and everybody originated? They were telling stories. It wasn't his stories. He was just telling people's stories.
So, okay, so what was the point? Did I get off track?
You were saying, like, why can't rappers tell stories?
Why was I even saying that?
Made up stories.
Why was I even saying that?
Because I was asking you where brain damage came from. Where the
Well,
concept?
a lot of most of the concept is
You
just
said
my,
life.
it's just I got out of life, right? And some of it is, I'm not gonna call it fictional. I'm gonna call it when you stretch the truth. What do you call that?
Embellishing.
Embellishing.
What's the diss track?
Which is basically what rap is. This is Rubber Band Rose. So yeah, that's not mastered yet.
It sounds dope.
That's actually someone else's beat. I'm waiting for a remix for this song, but
What's it called?
Rubber Band
Oh,
Rose.
Rubber Band Rose. Yeah.
So, yeah, what are we talking about? Oh, so how did I come with the concept?
Yeah.
It's a little bit of life and a little bit of embellishing.
Yeah.
There you go. That was it.
All right. That goes in with that
A
aquarium.
whole lot of life. Most of it is real life with some embellishing.
All right. All right. So wait a minute. It's been a minute. What's been going on between your last albums? You had Psycho, right? And you had Pawn Shop. And now you got Brain Damage. You were living.
Yeah, surviving.
Okay. All right. People gonna wonder where you been, what you been up to since Pistol Grip even. Some people don't even know since, I was on the Billboard charts in 1994.
I'd like to say I was redirected.
I like that.
And unfortunately, the direction wasn't the way I wanted to go. You know, the good life, I believe, was derailed.
Definitely.
The members were derailed, and we all have some missing time, and maybe I have a lot more than others. But yeah, you say life, and I could say a script was handed to me.
Okay.
And I didn't really like it.
I hear that.
So yeah, I disappeared. I was gone doing a lot of mental shit, basically, and experimenting with drugs and the things that you do when you're young. And it was all a lesson. It was all what had to happen, and life's lessons are hard sometimes, and I'm still learning.
Word.
Got another question?
So what's up with the visuals? What you gonna be doing with the videos?
The videos.
Yeah, you have very, very expressive songs. Each of your songs sound like little stories. So I'm excited to see what videos you come up with.
Yeah, so I'm not as excited as you are.
I'm totally excited because we gonna make some visuals pop.
It just seems like a whole bunch of work, and it's halfway weirdo shit to me because I'm a artist, I'm a rapper, I don't deal
getting
with the
into the
camera.
visuals and things. But that's like where they made us. They made us become like having to be multi-dimensional.
Sing the hard life, I won't be back twice, man. Face on my shoulder, my heart getting colder. I'm a boulder away from a dead bed anyway. Brother dead Vietnam.
Where did my wife go? Oh my God. I close my eyes and then she leaves. I wish this lady would just stay focused and stop bouncing around the house so much. She drives me nuts.
Literally feet away. That's like you were playing a song.
Listen, they don't get up, the interviewer don't get up and walk off when he's interviewing. Okay, so what? This is a song called Killer Jeans. I'm gonna interview my damn self then. This is a song called song called Killer Jeans.
Yeah,
and
you're playing the song.
This song was not an embellishment.
So what Killer Jeans? What does that mean? What is that?
I have a family full of killers.
Oh my goodness! Is that what your song is about?
I have the killer gene in me, and it's just a little snapshot of my mixed up dysfunctional family, which is basically what most of my songs are about.
Yeah.
My dysfunction, my family's dysfunction, the dysfunction of the world, and hopefully some reasonable answers to it all.
Resolutions.
There you go.
Yeah. Killer Jeans. Who's that rapping?
One of the homies.
Okay. You want to play another one?
How you gonna DJ the play? I thought you was asking me questions.
I am. I want to hear your next song. I'm taking
Oh
the
my
lead
God.
with that, like based on the song.
You're gonna be the DJ too?
No, I want you to play a song. I'm not telling you what to play. I'm asking you to.
You're
play
telling me
another
that you're
song.
done hearing this one.
Yeah, we want to keep going. These are
Oh, baby,
samples.
just ask me some questions. Don't try to tell me what to play.
I wasn't telling you what to play. I was thinking we could take, songs and talk about where they came from or something like that.
I'm DJing, so you ask some questions, babe. You gonna ask some questions? Ask some questions.
I was trying to ask stuff. Okay, so, I'm wanting to ask stuff. I really like plastered or, I don't really know what to ask. Like, I'm trying to think of stuff to ask that hasn't been asked already.
This is about to be over, and this is why I don't do podcasts with her. She always asks me to do stuff, and it's like, for what? This is just some like straight up unprofessional shit. She don't even have no questions to ask me. She's trying to bully me and tell me what songs to play.
I was asking her to play another song so we could have a conversation about the next track. Then you tell me I was asking something so you could play the next song so we could have a conversation about it. That's why.
Let's conversate about something else.
What would you like?
I'm gonna conversate about the song as it comes. I mean, I don't know, babe. You're the interviewer. You wanted to interview me.
So, since the Good Life movie came out, what's been going on?
The Good Life movie.
If that came out in 2009 or 10.
There's a lot of people, disgruntled people. I ain't gonna say their names. I started to put you on blast, nigga.
And you know who you are. But
there's a lot of people that are upset with Ava because she basically got famous off of the Good Life movie, which was called The Day in the Life.
This is the life.
And she interviewed us, and she didn't pay us anything, and we signed off on it. And the thing of it is, you don't want to stop a person from, advancing, right? She calls you up. She goes, "Hey, I'm doing this documentary on the Good Life. I need you to come in and give an interview." And when you give that favor to a person, you don't necessarily expect it to do anything. You don't expect it to blow up. You don't expect a person to take that. I didn't expect her to take that movie and turn her brand into $1 million, potentially $100 million fucking empire, and she did that. And as you're interviewing, as you're signing the paperwork that says you can have this and you don't owe me any money, you do it because you feel like I don't want to hold this person up. This is a childhood friend. I don't want to hold her up. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Talking about points and percentages and shit if anything happens. And so we all just did it for the love, right? Mm-hmm. And when you do something like that, you expect it to be respected, right?
Yeah.
If someone takes a little bit of something and makes it into $100 million, you expect a person to touch you with something. Mm-hmm. I feel like she should have touched at this point of her career and her pocketbooks, running around with Oprah and everything.
Right.
I just felt like she should have went and touched every last person that was in that movie with something.
That would have been right. And then I'm even getting the feedback that she came around recently because some Netflix folks came around doing a documentary on you guys, and she wanted to be able to be like, "Hey, remember me? I did it first."
That sounds bitter.
Well, that's not me. That was a quote from someone else. But yeah, she came around and did like a 10-year thing, told people about 2-3 days ahead of time. Said you could bring 2 people.
Yeah, I don't really want to get into that. That ain't got nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? As far as me, you know, I just hit her up on Facebook. Like, hey, how you doing? You know, I'm one of the main people from The Good Life. You know, I gave her the interview. And, you know, I expected to just get a hello. Hey, Ava, how you doing, man? I love your success, man, baby girl. Keep it up. What's going on?
Yeah, we all have, I think.
I didn't hear anything from her. So, you know, on one end, I'm very proud of Ava. You know, I love Ava. You know what I'm saying?
No.
And on another end of it, I feel disrespected. And I feel like she ain't done enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, you know, it's a lot of people that feel that way. And, you know, I see her doing a lot of business. I don't see any of the old crew that helped her get there. I don't see any of the people reaping any benefits of her success. So you asked me about the movie. That's my first thought about the movie. You know, you need to bless us, you know, and not no damn party, and you know, get a caterer and feed us for the day. That's whack. You know what I mean? We are, you know, significantly have influenced your career. If it was not for The Good Life, you may not have done anything. And I think people need to feel that. Hey, I don't know. You know, people say I'm sure people would say she don't owe us anything. You know, I would say she does. She may not owe us money, but you owe me some respect that I didn't get, that I don't feel respected. So, what else about the movie would you like?
Oh, have you seen any of the new hip hop documentaries?
I have not.
Any particular reason?
Yeah, I'm bitter at the rap game, and every time I watch one of those shows, it just pisses me off that I'm one of the greatest rappers that ever rapped. I'm 50 years old, and I'm still rapping better than 95% of you people. And how is it that I've influenced so many people, and I don't have anything to show for it? It is definitely not because I don't have skills, and it's definitely not because of my past. It's people that have had much shadier past than mine, and they seem to be doing fine in the industry. You know what I mean? It's the fact that we were short-stopped. You know, I never should have signed my record deal. I was doing fine selling underground CDs for, you know, $1,000 a goddamn week. I don't know why I did that. You know what I mean? Yeah. You think that that's the thing to do. Get a record deal. Let the white man go ahead and blow you up, right? And that's basically when I stopped making money. Is when I signed my record deal. They gave me my money up front, and after that, it was nothing. You know what I mean? So, okay, so what was the question again? I lost.
Well, have you watched any of the documentaries? You said
no, I'm bitter. And I just I don't appreciate it. You know, it's a travesty what the game has done to me and Microphone Mike and 9. I'm gonna say that. You know, and I say us because I feel like we are the godfathers of style. You know, and he did the chop and I did the stretch, and I feel like both of those are being used on the radio every day for the last 25, 30 years, and neither one of us have gotten paid.
You're unsung.
You know, and on purpose. Though.
And East Coast rappers definitely benefited because I know they came to the Good Life. Midwest and East Coast rap artists came through, studied styles, and then left.
You know, that is definitely the American way to take what is not yours and
benefit
and claim it as your own and not give props where it's due, and basically to steal somebody's material with their life.
There was a red cloud outside my window. There's a rain cloud outside my window. Step low when you talking to me. I'm feeling moony and gloomy. Shit ain't funny to me. Goonies have you walking the shadow. Keep walking and hoes keep hawking. Vampire been dead for 110 years. My fear is of me.
This is the new album, by the way.
There's a few other songs off it. We're still mixing.
I'm saying your flows is still buttery.
I appreciate that. So what was? Did we end up talking? Yeah, we're done with that shit. Whatever. What was we talking
We were
about?
just talking about, have you seen the documentaries? We mentioned the industry, and now it's like, what can be
So
done?
it's up. What can be done? It's up
rectify.
to the people to touch us with some paper, because the industry, which is the government, basically, ain't gonna do it for us. They're not gonna pay us. Anybody who did not subject themselves to the rules of the governors,
Gatekeepers.
gatekeepers, they don't have anything.
Right.
And
But then they block you from having your own, you know what I mean, at the time.
well, it was my fault. They dangled the carrot, and I went for it. You know,
I read some articles that said that you had some health things or some health issue or
I had some stomach issues, which made me sick when I was on the road.
they said you didn't want to do the shows or something like that.
Yeah, that's not true, and you know, you can't listen to them. I keep telling y'all all the time, like, stop listening to them. You know, you better listen to us.
Standing, begging for the chance, eating up the garbage can. Hey, fuck, he in the city sign.
That's DJ Tory.
his
Gotta
name?
get out that nigga. DJ Tory. He did the beat. So
yeah.
I got sick and I didn't have insurance. So I didn't really have a lot of money, you know, at that time. Whatever advance they gave me, by the time, because I had the deal for it. I signed when I was 19. You know, I came out when I was 21.
Okay.
So by the time I came out, I had spent all the money they gave me. You know what I mean? And I didn't have insurance, and I didn't have money to go to the hospital. So I asked them to put me on their medical plan. They refused to do it. He had 25, 30 employees. They all were on the medical plan. So I didn't understand. I was like, why can't you just put me on a medical plan as a fucking employee?
You said you're an
And
independent contractor or some nonsense.
I don't know. He just said, fuck you, man. Go get your own insurance. And I gave you money. That's it. So I basically quit. You know, they told me, if you don't get on the plan and go on tour, we're going to, you know, take your deal from you.
So that's what happened.
And I said, man, I'm sick and you don't give a fuck about me, so fuck you, fuck off.
Damn.
And so there you go. But I will tell you, before then, you know, I was just never cooperative. And I'm gonna just say that, and you know, I can read between the lines.
That's a very mature thing to say.
I was never cooperative with any of their wants.
Why?
Because, you know, the shit that they wanted was evil shit. Let's just keep it real. You know what I mean?
Did you know that before you signed the deal?
I'm not going to say, when you say the deal, you're saying record company. I'm not going to say the record company or the owners of the record company was necessarily evil. I'm just saying that, you know, the environment, you know, and, you know,
The music business.
the music business in general
Yeah.
was evil. And I didn't want to play with them.
I understand that.
So, because I didn't want to play, I didn't get shit. and I was questioned about it. You know what I mean?
So, what is your motivation now to make music?
I feel like God got something to say, so I'm going to write down.
Would you take a deal again? Or with a better, or what's going on with you musically? What's going on? Brain Damage is coming out. Is that?
I have a distribution deal with Alpha Pup Records. We don't have very much money for a promotion because I'm doing all the money for promotions. You know, I would like a record deal that I wouldn't mind having a record deal with someone that wants to promote positive, conscious music, and you know their energy was right. I've been offered deals after my deal with RCA Immortal Records, and I didn't take them because I didn't feel comfortable. And, you know, I think I was too young to really know straight up that it was slave,
Sharecropper contract?
master, and even the contract, just the relationship is a slave-master relationship. You know, no different than the sports industry type of, you know,
And we've come to learn they're in all areas of people activity. It's in the military. It's in the education field. It's all of them. Education, labor, law.
I couldn't pinpoint exactly why I couldn't call it something, but it just they all made me uncomfortable, and I was already in a situation that I didn't really wasn't the best for me. They didn't really seem like they cared about me.
Yeah.
And so I didn't want to, you know, I think that, you know, the conscious from unconscious, unconscious to conscious, you know, it's, as a youth that doesn't know much, maybe it was best that I didn't have any more dealings with them. Because when I say them, I mean the industry. Because my soul is clean. It's a lot cleaner than it would have been, I'll tell you that. You know?
That's good to know.
And a lot of the things that are immoral about the music industry, I missed a lot of that. You know, and you know, of course there was drugs in my past, but I would just call that my youth, you know what I mean? You know, and that would be outside of the music because, you know, for me, when there's any type of that partying going on, there's not very much music going on, you know, it's all about partying. So
They usually say that's where the business is handled.
You know, if that's the vibe that you're on, that's the if that's the type of group that you associate yourself.
I had a question. What do you think now of all these rap artists are now, we're all like late 40s, early 50s. I remember 10 years ago, people were like, oh, you're going to stop rapping now because you're going to be in your 40s. So now we're hitting the 50s. Doesn't look like rappers who are rapping are quitting. I'm seeing big artists, they're still making the money. Pharrell, Nelly, everybody, nobody stopped rapping who's rapping. So how do you, where do you see you in the landscape of that?
Well, you know, like I said, I got shit to say. So it's not about the money, and it never really was about the money. And if at any point that it was about the money, there wasn't very much good music, you know what I mean?
Right.
So it's not about, it's about the love of the planet, basically, at this point. You know, I don't believe that they're ever gonna let me make any money in this music business. And you know, I'm not a good old boy. And so, you know, as far as the elite and them continuing to rap, let you know, make their money, more power to you. As far as me and people like me who are not really making very much money at it, it's got to be about the love. You know, somewhere in it, it's about love.
Yeah.
The love of the art, a love of what you're talking about, a love of the people that you're trying to uplift, or a love of something.
So that's where I was going with it, because if it's not about the money, then maybe we'll get better content from these rap artists, because a lot of the older rappers.
Which ones? Not the ones that are making the money.
No, I'm talking about the ones that are not about the money.
So,
content.
is there people on the planet that are not that are wise? You know, then it is up to you to bless these underground artists who are frontliners on speech. What do they call it? The freedom of speech. Okay, we are your frontliners and are not being supported.
Or protected.
You know, or protected spiritually. So it's rigged unless the people decide different, man. Y'all gotta pull up, y'all gotta dig in your pockets for us. You know, you got to hire us for those parties. You gotta hire us for your weddings, right? You know, shouts out to 420 Friendly Weddings. We are wedding officials. You know, you have to support us if you believe in our music. Bottom line. You know, and I don't see that happening right now. That's not what's going on. So
Everybody's being told what to like.
Well, it's true. People are kind of sheple in that way, right? But I'll still put it on the people. It's still up to the fans to put money in our pockets. We're artists, you know. You have to pay for art, or the art doesn't get made, or it doesn't get heard. You know what I'm saying?
That's the bottom line.
You know, how can I spread any word of anything if you know you're not helping spread the word, and you have to do that first through your patronage. You know?
That's it. You have to show it with your money. So what's up with this new technology, cryptocurrency? Are you interested in that? Okay.
I mean, it's look, money ain't real anyway. So we might as well have a conversation about money.
I was gonna say on your website, like some people are accepting cryptocurrency as payment for things.
So what's the point? What's the point? My thought about cryptocurrency is that it's just as fake as the dollar bill. So what's the problem?
Oh, okay, that's good.
You know.
And this is Eazy-E's Bloodline.
Mm-hmm. This is what? This is one of your favorites.
One of them. I like it. Need a video for this, John.
Come from the Eazy-E bloodline. Treat me like you met your daddy one time. Then you saw him again, nigga, this ain't playtime. Bottom line, I'm your daddy, nigga. Yo, little motherfucker, I'm your daddy, nigga. We gon' be exactly where the paper at. Where the paper at. Where the hands at. So you got my bag.
So, I like the new school music. I like trap beats. Uh, they're this generation's gangster beats. And even though these dudes is rapping some foo-foo shit over the beats, that don't mean I have to. I like the beats. And I'm gonna rock some trap beats. I call it conscious trap. It's a phrase that I invented, a phrase that I coined maybe 2 or 3 years ago, 4 years ago, and then some dude put out a record called Conscious Trap. Go get it.
Oh, wow.
Since I said it. And that's basically what this song is, and I have a few. But I also do some songs that's not about being conscious, man. You know, I like to do what I want to do. I do what the beat tells me to do, and I follow my own imagination. I don't follow anybody else's. So you're gonna hear a lot of different stuff out of me.
Go.
You know, let me play you this. Wait, let me play you this. I want to play you this one. This is me, my first real song that I attempted to sing. And my junior will tell you that he ain't never heard me sing. Right? But, you know, it ain't singing, but I'm still singing.
Hello.
Oh, when are we gonna go over to his house? He's asked.
Give me an hour. Hour.
So this is me singing.
I wanna live in your spirit, feel brand new when I'm near it. Pump the bottle, go spin it, and stop that love in a minute. I'm about to take you to the function, living like a roller coaster coaster. Tell mother brothers you've been chosen. I wanna take you.
To me, that song singing.
That is singing. It's singing.
Anyway, so, yeah. It's a lot of different things on this album.
So this is called Function. What's this one about? Taking
Take
somebody
a
to
girl
a
out.
function.
Yeah.
What's up with that? Wait, that sounds.
That's
from,
I don't know where the hell I got that one. You tell me.
You know that song? Another night, I got the boogie.
Yeah, that's probably
That's
That's probably
That's what I be thinking of. That's what I think
Okay,
of.
well, I don't know if that's where I got it from, but it do sound like
It's
that.
part of our DNA. Well, anyways, this is cool. We're gonna do more and talk more.
So that's it?
No, man.
Well, ask me
I'm
some
gonna be
questions. I'm ready to get
there.
Yeah, whatever. Okay.
I am. You have some more songs you're gonna play?
No, that was pretty much all the ones I have on this list.
Okay. Well, I like how you've been able to be inspired throughout all these years to still do your music.
So here's the thing, man. I mean, we all have purpose, right? So, you know, I can't just. I have talent, so it's about what am I gonna do with that talent. And yeah, if they told me to go to radio, Dino, it's your turn to go back to radio, I could definitely throw some radio hits out there and, you know, win at radio. But at this point, you know, I'm an underground artist. I'm an underground conscious rapper. So for the most part, that's what I'm gonna be rapping about. Things that are meaningful. I'm definitely on the latter end of my life. So there is no reason for me to use trivial words or trivial songs and talking about buying cars I ain't got or jewelry I ain't rock that, you know what I mean, or whatever. Hoes I'm chasing now and I'm married now. You know what I mean? So it's not about that shit. You know, I guess, you know, you're gonna hear the mature side of me for the most part. I don't mind getting ratchet though on y'all. There's some songs on here that you would consider not very conscious, but I am very conscious, and I'm still gonna say fuck shit, bitch, and goddamn.
How would you describe Psycho? As a matter of fact, it's on that tip, right? Psycho.
What?
Your album, it has the complexities.
I mean, it's a little bit.
It's funny to me more than anything.
Hip hopera was majorly hip hop, right? Hip hopper, right? It was hip hop. Psycho was a little bit more gangster. Pawn Shop was a little bit more hip hop and my softer side.
Okay.
And I would say that, Brain Damage and Akhenaten, the Brain Damage of Akhenaten, is hardcore.
Wait a minute, we can't get out of here without you explaining Akhenaten. Average Schmo. What is that? What is Akhenaten? For those that may not know.
How? I don't really.
It's too complex, too deep. Just fill you in. Who is Akhenaten? Who was Akhenaten?
Who was and is.
Can I?
Woo!
This is where I'll insert some stuff. He was the first to.
Wait, how do?
It's the rock.
There it is. This is my new one.
Akhenaten was the first pharaoh to present.
So you gonna ask me who Akhenaten is?
I'm asking if you can tell me if I'm right. He was the first to present like the one God concept, right? His name was Amenhotep, and
they say that. Okay, that's fine. I would say that Akhenaten is the first Christ. That's what I would say.
Okay.
And yes, he is the one to bring about the thought of a one God. And I believe that one God would probably be the sun disk.
Something like that.
And that the sun disk's name
Ra
or
Ray
or Atum. Which is, you got an atom, right? And it's basically looks like our universe, not our universe, but our
DNA.
No, what is this? The sun going around the solar system. Right. So atom is basically the representation of the solar system.
Yeah.
Right. So, but yeah, Akhenaten, I believe, was the first Christ.
Bottom line.
I believe there has been several since then. You have a lot of names: Jehovah, Buddha,
Yahweh,
Horus,
Krishnamurti. Krishna.
Yeah,
All that.
it goes on and on and on. Everyone has. It seems like every group had one.
Olodumare.
Okay, so, and I believe that he is worshipped more than we realize. So I believe that, secretly a lot of white people worship him, and they just don't want us to know.
Probably.
I want to go further and say, history is very complicated, right? His story is very complicated. They have paintings on the walls of Egypt. They're really seem to be step-by-step images of what was done and what is there to do, it seems so simple, right? When I sit there and I watch look at a section of it, where they're just the paintings and not the words, right? I don't need any interpretation of those things. I see the story myself, and I believe that that's one of the reasons why they did it that way. Is so no matter what language we speak, it's like dang near it's just like it's like a very well written instruction manual, right? And with pictures, the pictures are not written, but
Hieroglyphs.
right. They're very in detail.
That's right.
So I don't know what the story is, and I don't want to listen to them. I don't want to listen to what they told us. I would rather listen to, my higher power, my higher source, for lack of a better word or phrase. I don't believe anything they tell us anymore. For instance, with the corona, right? They said, don't wear your mask because it's not going to help. That was the first thing they said. It don't help. Those masks don't help, right? Then they said the masks are the only way that you can,
The nurses need them. The doctors need them.
You need them, right?
Y'all stay in the house. The
But
doctors need them.
you need the mask, but we don't want y'all to have the mask.
Right. Y'all
Please.
can't. Y'all use a scarf.
Right.
Y'all figures the shit out.
So, which one is it? Is it don't wear your mask, they don't work anyway, or did they tell us that just so we didn't buy a mask? And why would they want us not to buy a mask? What is it that they really want us to get sick, right? So I don't really know, right? Who knows them type of shits, right? But I'm not gonna be stupid and not consider these things, right? Especially when you have white people, right, that supposedly are in position of knowing, telling the people, hey, this is bullshit. They're trying to kill us, right?
Except the rich ones is like, we staying home. Nobody's leaving our compound for months.
Who said that?
Rich people. Period.
Well,
that's the
that's
constant.
basically
I keep
who
hearing.
can be safe, right? Are the rich people.
They don't have to go to work.
They don't have to go to the grocery store. They don't have to do a lot of. They don't have to come out their house. They ain't got to work.
But I'm hearing this weekend a gang of people is like getting together, doing fireworks, partying.
So what was the question that led us to this topic anyway? Do you remember what it was? I don't remember.
Just where are we now? You said corona. You mentioned the coronavirus. You mentioned the masks. That's how.
I don't know. You asked me something that had something to do with the
about
corona. I don't remember. That's why you need to have it written down.
I will be prepared next time. I didn't know I was doing this. I like doing lives because it's very spontaneous.
Yeah,
this
so
is good practice.
Because then you can shop and keep what you want to keep.
I'm very excited about this.
So, okay, what else? What else?
What would you like as your legacy to be known?
Listen, I want my. Oh, you was talking about Agnaden. That's what we're talking about, Agnaden. So, who Agnaden was and is not up for them to tell us. Okay, let me start off there.
Mm-hmm.
To me, we have more proof of Agnaden being Christ than Jesus Christ.
That's where they got the story from, they said.
So she said, my wife said that is where people say they got the story of Jesus Christ from. It's Agnaden. I've heard Horus.
Yeah, Sarah said Horus. That's what it is.
But that's who they told us. Okay? And who can really tell us but the spirits?
On the walls too.
That's true. But even besides that, even if there was a story, the story on the wall, who is best to tell us?
They have orators who have been keeping the
Who is
oral
they?
tradition.
I have my own orator.
Africans in Africa have like people who have given the story person to person.
How
for
about?
hundreds
Okay,
of
I
years.
thought you said not orator. I thought you said oracle.
No, orator. You know, people
I know what the difference is.
the stories for a long time.
So, who is your oracle? That's my question.
Oh, I don't know.
Exactly.
There's a lot of them.
Who's yours?
Myself.
Because, well, in general, well, there you go. You could be your own oracle, right? And
There's a lot of
then
them. I use a lot of them.
use your higher thought to figure out what the truth is, because you're not going to get it from humans. So a lot of people say, hey, you know, you can't believe the rhetoric in your head, right? A lot of people hear voices, right? And a lot of people feel like it's a negative thing. If you were to ask an oracle if it was a negative thing, they would tell you no. They would tell you that those voices are the voices that have kept them out of trouble many times, right?
That's called your conscience, right?
I don't know what they call it. I'm gonna call it your higher self.
Higher self, inner voice, conscience. Yeah.
Right.
God, some people say. Devil. They say the human side is the so-called devil, and the God side is supposed to be your higher self, and then you choose at any time.
I'm not hearing
which
that.
one.
I'm not hearing that.
I've heard that. That's the scales.
I'm not hearing that. I'm not hearing that. The truth is that we are a mix of everything. We are capable of being anything, right? And you know, it's up to you to choose what route you want to take and who you want to be, right? Just for example, you know, I don't want to get into that. Never mind. Never mind. So yeah, Agnaden, Christ. I've heard Christians say he was the fake Christ, or what do they call that? When you're a fake
Heretic.
no.
Demigod.
Demigod. I've heard them call him a demigod. You know, but I believe him to be Christ. I believe him to be the one that all of the stories are about. And there's one problem with him. People complain that he had slaves, right? And as I'm doing a little bit of an investigation, it appears to me that some of these people that you would consider being slaves were actually poor people. I think that we get poor people from that time mixed up with slaves. And, you know, if I'm starving and I have nowhere to go but to the empire for them to feed me and them to put me to work, then, you know, that's just what it is. So a lot of people are upset and don't want to recognize him as Christ because they said he had slaves.
There's no documentation.
There is none, right?
But that's what they say.
They have stories in some historians' books that talk about a particular place, but there's no proof, I believe, that that place was Egypt.
This has 30 seconds left.
Okay, 30 seconds of what, juice? What
It
is
lets
that?
you record an hour, and then it cuts
Okay, well,
off.
we're about to get out of here. Hey, as far as the audio, we're out of here. Thanks for paying attention to the volume
That's why
zone.
I'm 10 songs.
Yeah,
It's time to go.
we'll hit you later. Peace out.
Peace.
That was audio. Now, back to y'all. So, yeah. I know there's probably going to be a lot of Christians that are going to be upset at me for saying that. But it's most likely the truth. And not that there hasn't been a Jesus Christ. Now, here's the first Christ, and there's been others, right? So the fact that there has been a Jesus Christ, I do not argue that. But who Akhenaten is, the first Christ. You know, we all should be worshiping him like we do Jesus Christ. There's no doubt about that. Any other questions?
I think we're clear.
So are we out of here? We've been doing this for an
Yeah,
hour.
this is pretty. This is the very first. It's good considering, and we don't chop.
This is my coronavirus look. I don't know.
Hey,
We've
hello.
been in the house for 3 months. And 2.5 months, whatever.
It's crazy.
And
Still look good.
we're gonna start doing this. I hope she does an excellent job editing, because I know I
We're
was
gonna
really,
make sure I do.
really irritated when we first started.
We both were.
It's just so hard. You got the lights, and then you gotta put the green screen up. Then the camera's too far away. Then it's too close. And you know, gotta put on a clean shirt and poke my hair out, and you know what I'm saying. And I was just irritated. We had just came out. Okay, so I'm sorry, but yeah. So anyway, Brain Damage. It'll be out June, and then Akhenaten will be out 3 months after that. I'm calling it a double-sided album, and I'm putting them both together, and we're calling it The Brain Damage of Akhenaten. And you know, just let me know if y'all like it, man. Peace out.